Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm just sitting here and I was thinking I wanted some bits and pieces to help decorate a photo album. That's why I've not had a video out to you in the last few days, because I've been busy working on a photo album. Quick little sneak peek, I won't show you too much. But I've done this page here, and it opens out like so. Okay, and then that comes up, that comes down, photos in there. But I wanted something else for here. Okay, probably something along the lines of like cut this down a bit smaller, put it on some black, and maybe put it onto there, just to pretty it up a little bit more. So I thought, what a great opportunity to come on and spend a little bit of time with you guys and just show you the sort of things that I have in mind. Probably not so much for you more experienced crafters, but for newbies that might be joining the channel, then welcome. So a couple of ideas that I had was, I printed out these pictures like so, just done them small on the printer. Gorgeous little pictures. So I mean, we could have the idea of like grab a piece of black card, for instance. We could find a picture that we really like, that we think would look lovely on there. Let's just go with this first one here for the time being, just as an example. I'm just going to cut one of these out. I know it all might seem a bit far-fetched for you guys and too much work, you know, or I don't want to be doing all that sort of stuff, but it's these little bits and pieces that really make an album sort of pop out, and you know, people go, wow, look at that, you know. So I just glue that up, and something like this is so simple to do, really, but it does make a big difference to an album. So just going to stick that on there, just so it's got a little border all the way round. Okay, put my lid back on my glue before that dries out, and then just literally cut it out with a little black border around each edge. Oh, that wasn't very straight. I'll straighten that up a little bit, just like so. Okay, and then what we do is, when you come to something like this, for instance, so you've got your pocket here, okay, and there's a tag already in there, a journal spot thing in there, but just want something a little bit extra to pretty it up, then you can do just something like that, that just takes the plainness off of it, you know, and it's something else, a little picture to look at that kind of catches people's eye. And that's what you want, really. You want to kind of draw people's eyes to the center of whatever you're working on. So that's one idea. Another idea could be to something like this, like a tag die, what we call like a train ticket or a theatre ticket, something like that. So you don't have to use the whole thing, obviously. I haven't got my big die cut, I've only got my little one down here, which this should fit through quite nicely. And then again, just find a picture that you like and you think, oh yeah, that would look lovely on there. Or so let's go with this one, and we'll just cut that up there. Doesn't have to be perfect because I'm not using the whole thing, but I might think that, okay, I quite like the look of the lights on there or something, so I might want to go with something like that. Okay, so then I'm just gonna cut round that like so, line that up on there where I want it. Cut all the excess off, and then I've got my, oh this is so old, this thing, my little Gemini Mini, and as you can tell, look at the state of this. But, and we can put that on there, and then run that through there like so a couple of times just to make sure it's cut properly. This is a really good machine, guys, if you want like a tiny little thingy just for on top of your desk. But yeah, I think I need to get some new mats for it. And then take that out of there. See, that didn't cut that off properly because it didn't fit in the thingy. But that's the idea that you've got. Okay, so then you have the options of really cut that off across there. Now you can either fold that in half and put it in one of your little pockets as a little journal spot as such if you wanted, or you can cut it apart again and cut around the edges. Like so, and then let's get rid of these bits, and then again if you wanted you could stick that down onto a piece of black, which is actually quite nice. I'll just do one anyway, so I can always cut another one out after if I don't end up using this one. Again, just leaving a little border around the edge of this, like that. And then, now you've got the options. I mean, you can either just cut it in a straight square and leave it with a border like so. Let's cut that in a little bit. You can do it like that and just leave it like that if you wanted to, or you can take I don't know if I've got I haven't got my handheld one here, so I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to cut in on the big one and cut in like that on the edges where it's dipped in. You might have to probably use a pair of scissors after and just tidy it up a little bit. If you've got one of the handheld ones, it's easier to do this with that. Mine's over there put away somewhere, so just use that for a second, and then I can just take my little scissors and then just tidy that up a little bit on the edges. Like so. And then you have that, and that's how I kind of do like the tickets, if you just want a ticket on its own, like so. And again, kind of like once you've got your pocket and you've got your patterned pieces and things, and you can just stick that down so it's halfway across a pocket. Is it even up the right way? I'm not sure. And then just stick that down like so across, like halfway across the top of a pocket. Obviously when you stick these onto a pocket halfway down, get yourself like a scrap piece of paper or something, you know, stick it in the pocket behind, so you're not going to stick it to your paper that's on the inside of the pocket, and then you know you're not going to stick it down and you're not going to be able to get things in and out of your pocket, obviously. So that's another idea. So you've got like two little bits like that, for instance. As I said, you can use like a whole ticket like that, and you can leave it folded in half as a little booklet, and you can stick that inside one of your pockets. Another idea for putting in your pockets, if you like to buy paper pads from Graphic 45, inside the covers there are little cutout things that you can use as templates for tags and pockets, etc. They do normally have some really nice bits. Excuse me. I personally make a lot of my own, and I will show you how I make my templates. So all you need is a piece of paper, just any old piece of copier paper. There's bluey gold glittery stuff on there, and just, I'm only going to I don't need a great big piece, so what I'm going to do is cut this in half, and I'll probably half it again because I only want a tiny little one to go in a pocket. Now you can use like the edge of round objects, you can use cups, plates, anything you like to do these. So just going to fold it in half basically. Okay, and then turn it around that way because it's easier for me. Okay, so just folded it in half, and then grab a pencil, and then all I'm going to do really is draw the shape of a tag that I like. So if you say this is the bottom, and if you think, right, roughly how tall do I want it, so say we'll have it 3 inches high, so you just draw a mark there, 3 inches, one a little bit further away like so, and then obviously measure the width of your pocket. So if it's only kind of like 1.5 inches wide, then mark a line at 1.5 inches there and there. So I know that I kind of want it that high now, and it's going to come down to like that wide. Okay, it's like that. So you've got a line up there which tells you how wide you're going to want it. Actually my pocket is a lot thinner than that, and because you're only drawing half of the tag, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it at 3/4 of an inch wide, so when it's opened out obviously it's going to be 1.5 inches. Draw a line up there like so. Okay, so we don't want this one here now, so this here is the space where I can fit half of a tag in. Okay, so all I do really is kind of, if that's my line across the bottom there, okay, of my tag, I normally have them straight, and I like to kind of round it on the bottom, so just kind of round it like so. You know, at the top you're going to want a piece to sort of tie a ribbon or something through, so I like to have a little lip on the top, and then you can just kind of come down at an angle or so, make the top bit curved, and then I think I might have a little curve in the middle just down to that bottom one like so, and then your hole obviously is going to go in the top of your tag there, so you have something which looks like that. Okay, and then all you need to do with this is cut it out. So just hold your paper together like so, follow your lines that you've done, there you go. So then you have that, okay, and then when you open it out, there you have your tag. I hope that makes sense. Okay, or if you put it round that way, obviously your hole is going to go in the middle and not to one side where I put it originally. Okay, and then you can even sort of straighten it up at the bottom, or you can round it off more at the bottom, or you know, whatever you want. But doing it this way is a lot better because you can have a shape that you want. Not a lot of other people are going to have the same shape, obviously, so it's a bit more unique. And then once you've done it, all you need to do, let's get a, this bit of it. Is that gonna, no, that's not gonna fit on there that way. So you just get your template that you've drawn out, okay, and just draw around it onto your card. Obviously be careful doing it this way, because if your paper's not thick enough, then it's going to rick up when you go around it with a pencil. So just make sure you hold your paper down properly on the edges when you draw around it. Something like that. And then cut around your template. like so, and there you have your tag template. And then you can just collect these like I do, all into a little folder thingy. What I like to do also is to just eyeball where the middle of the top of the tag is and get your little hole punch. I'll just use a small one for this. A hole in the middle like so, and then when you draw around your tag, you can just put a little dot on the middle there of whatever paper you're cutting out, and then you know where to stamp in the middle. So I hope that helps, guys. Anyway, yeah, as I said, there's lots of little bits and pieces you can do. I can sit here for hours and hours and showing you bits and bobs. You know, you can cut out your own pockets and things like this as well. Just, you know, as I said, like fold your piece of paper in half and just draw out the top of a pocket, the shape you want it, and then draw down your edges like so, you know, that sort of thing. It's only quick and rough, but you get the idea. And then you can collect them all in a folder and you've got them to use for all your albums and things. So I hope that helps, guys. Thanks very much for joining me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.